Watch your dirty slobs! Running it back!
Come on, young fella. Finger out. You've only got 3 more days. No time for poetry.
It's hard to make a British war movie without featuring the Bren light machine gun. 500,000 were manufactured between 1935 and 1971. They are loved by studios for their unique look and soldiers for their performance.
Fire! Fire!
The Bren gun has an excellent reputation as an accurate light machine gun of World War II and beyond. The Bren originated as the Czechoslovakian ZB-26, developed in the 1920s, which both the British and Japanese took an interest in, with the British wanting a replacement for their aging World War I era machine guns, such as the Vickers medium machine gun, which was heavy and required water, and the Lewis light machine gun, which was prone to stoppages and had a barrel that could not be changed in the field. Originally in the 1920s, the M1918 Browning was thought to be a great replacement for the Lewis, but the Army could not financially commit to a replacement until the 1930s.
This is such bullshit. You all got that right.
By the 1930s, the Czechoslovakian ZB's excellent reliability would win the approval of the Army's Small Arms Committee, meeting all the Army's requirements, including the ability to be mounted on vehicles. It'd be modified to take British .303 rounds and licensed for British manufacture under the name Bren.
What the f*** was that? Well, that was the Bren gun. If you fire that gun again, you're a dead man. Understand? Right. Dead.
The .303 Bren shared, of course, the same ammunition as the Lee Enfield rifle. During World War II, generally one Bren was present in a rifle section of usually between 8 and 11 men, with 2 to 3 men dedicated to the Bren. Interestingly, all men of a rifle section would have some training on the Bren, and they would all carry magazines for it. It could be expected that any man from a rifle section could fill the light machine gun role in the Bren, deemed vital to the firepower of the section. Post-World War II, many Brens would be manufactured in the standard NATO 7.62 round, but this was not universal. During the 1960s Siege of Jadotville, Irish peacekeepers were still using .303 caliber Brens, a weapon that was greatly valued within the Irish Army. Interestingly, in the film, a sniper using a No. 4T .303 Enfield swaps out his scoped rifle for a Bren to make a far-off shot. He also oddly removes the magazine for a single-round shot, rather than having the option of a burst. Obviously, it's a nice nod to the accuracy of the Bren, but the only significant rationale behind this could be the individual's preference, or possibly the bipod and platform for stability. It's possible the movie's director wanted to highlight the value of the weapon in a unique way.
The commander must decide what type of fire is called for by the target that is presented.
The Bren has always stood out, and is easily identifiable in movies because of its top-loading magazine. Interestingly, and much to my pleasure, Star Wars carried on its tradition of using World War II weapons in The Mandalorian, which features a heavily modified Bren, but not with this classic top-loading magazine. This one has the double drums of an MG-34.
You coming out? All right then. We'll be back.
Unlike the MG-34, the magazine-fed Bren had a slow rate of fire, requiring more frequent reloading, but this had some advantages. The Bren experienced less overheating and was relatively light at 10.3 kilograms, as it had no need for a cooling jacket. Magazine-fed ammunition was also generally cleaner. Bren gunners were trained to fire 4 to 5 well-aimed bursts, often fired from the prone position using a bipod. Later in the war, the Bren did prove useful while on the move, and could provide suppressing fire, even when being fired from the hip. The Australians documented such use in New Guinea at Kokoda. The Bren was accurate, reliable, and had a sensible rate of fire for British infantry tactics. Ultimately, the quality of this weapon is backed by the thousands of soldiers who have used it, all the way up to its limited use in the First Gulf War. Overall, this is one of history's greatest light machine guns. Alright, I'm Johnny. Thanks for watching this video on the Bren gun. If you want to add anything, please feel free to do so in the comments section below, and we'll see you next time.